Hey guys, welcome back to Mr. News Art class. It's wonderful to see your smiling faces. Today's lesson is going to continue our theme about community and how art and community work together. Last week we talked about how propaganda is art where the government is trying to get its people to kind of work together to a common cause. Today we're going to use all the same concepts to create advertisements, which instead of coming from the government are when corporations or people are trying to convince you to buy something. Now, back when I was in middle school, high school age, when I was like 12, 14, something like that, my buddies and I got on this website called GeoCities. GeoCities. If you don't know what GeoCities is, that's probably because you weren't alive in the 1990s. GeoCities was a place where anybody who knew how to code in HTML could build their own website for free. And so a couple of buddies and I built a website on GeoCities called Buy Our Sock. That was it. We didn't actually have a sock that we were selling. We just had a picture of a stinky sock. And it was, we were just trying, really, we were just playing around building a website. We didn't have any better ideas of what to build a website about. So we made a website that said Buy Our Sock. .geocities.com or something like that. My letters are not straight. My O is floating. I need to bring that down. Now this is an absolutely terrible, terrible advertising campaign. Why? Because A, the imagery is not compelling. It's a stinky sock. B, although the slogan is big, bold, and beautiful, it's not something people are going to get interested in. What you should do is pick a product. Something that either you want to buy or that you own and you think other people would want to buy. Maybe I want to make a Crayola advertisement and I want to convince people to buy Crayola colored pencils. Maybe I want a Blackwing advertisement and I want to convince people to buy Blackwing pencil sharpeners. Maybe I want to make a Motorola advertisement and try to convince people to buy phones or watches. If I was trying to sell this jumbo eraser, what might be a good compelling image to go with that? Maybe a picture of a person using it as an eraser and then their art teacher standing behind going, "Ah!" because they think they're coloring with a crayon instead of erasing. "Ah!" What would the slogan be? Freak a teacher out? I don't know, something. If I was trying to sell this speaker, I might have a picture of the speaker next to a pool and say something along the lines of pump up your pool party, because it's like water resistant, like it's splash resistant. If you get splashed, it's not gonna hurt the speaker. So put it next to a pool and it'll be fine. My point is, an advertisement that just says buy something is not gonna be effective. So we gotta do something else. Before I jump into drawing an advertisement here and making up my own, let's take a look at some actual real-world advertisements and see how they're done. Notice how these advertisements tend to pull out some emotional response from the person looking, reading, seeing the advertisement. You might laugh. You might feel sad for somebody. You might feel like you want to really relax, like going to the beach. Or maybe you think, oh, that would make it so I can have a good time with friends. But regardless, they're all drawing out some kind of an emotional response. And you gotta think about the viewer. You can't just think about yourself. You can't just think, oh, well, what would I like? You gotta think about the person who's looking at it. Think about who your audience is. Are you trying to sell something to mothers? Are you trying to sell something to kids? Are you trying to sell something to businessmen? You gotta think about who you're making the advertisement for, who the product is designed for, who would actually use it. And then you can start to think about how you would create an idea that would make that product interesting to that group of people. So take a moment and brainstorm ideas. Maybe talk to some people around you, share your thoughts, get some other thoughts from other people. Pause the video and talk to a friend, see what they think. And once you've got your idea for your slogan, remember to make it big, bold, and beautiful. And remember to make imagery that is compelling and really draws out an emotional response from the person looking at it. And the funniest thing about my advertisement for Sharpie markers is that I colored it with Crayola markers. That's the funniest thing. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, notice I kept it simple. The images match the theme of the words, the motto. And that's clearly directed towards artsy, craftsy people who are wanting to do some coloring. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed making advertisements with me today. Next week, we're going to talk about how art can relate to holidays. I can't wait to see you then.